HopCast has reached legal age.
Woo! Kickstands!
First off, I'm Brad Chmielewski.
My name is Ken Hunnemeder.
And
we have two guests today.
Count them, 2.
1 and 2.
So here we have on your left,
Donald.
and we have on the right,
Matt.
Welcome to the HopCast.
We wanted to thank our guests here on the 21st birthday of the HopCast. Not really a birthday, but more of an anniversary. But nonetheless, we were not going to be here in 20 years anyway, so we may as well hand out the awards now. We'd like to present you with an official HopCast bottle opener.
Thanks, courtesy of Scott Marvel.
Thank you, Scott.
There you go. All right.
Oh, it's like being in the Olympics. We won.
And also, we're going to go to
Alaska
today. So we're all wearing our Alaska t-shirts.
Oh,
And we have our Alaska beers. They're both porters.
Alaska glasses.
And
we
Alaska
got a couple Alaska glasses, yes. So, let's start off. What are we going to do first?
We're going to do the smoked porter from Alaskan Brewing Company.
And so Alaskan Brewing Company makes a lot of great beers. One of my favorite, the ESB. It's a seasonal summer beer, so you won't be able to get it right now, but look for it in the summer. But let's pour it out.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so it poured out thinner than I guess I expected from the porter style.
Yeah, it's like a dark brown, not exactly a black. But a lot of people have asked me what's the difference between a stout and a porter. And a porter is basically just a less robust version of a stout. So maybe it makes sense if it's a little bit lighter.
We're getting some like amber hues in there.
Mm-hmm.
Hits the light. We got like finger ahead. It was almost 2 fingers when we poured it.
Yeah, I had a couple. I still got
Settled
one
down a
left.
little bit.
But really fluffy. You just
Caramely,
fall asleep on that head.
dark, caramely dark tan head. Does smell smoky,
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does.
Wow.
most certainly.
Yes. Agreed.
They usually achieve this by using smoked malts in the beer itself.
It smells woodsy, Alaska.
Ooh.
Yeah. Has
Oh,
the smoke doesn't overkill in the taste, but it's
very
there. It doesn't-
More smoke than I'm used to. Let's just put it that way. I'm not a connoisseur of smoked beers, so.
I like me some smoked beers every once in a while, you know.
But they do
They're
get.
not very sessionable, though.
No.
Like,
They
you
are
really
hard
just
to
have.
drink.
I couldn't drink them all night, and I can drink a lot of things all night. Ask most people.
It's true. It doesn't matter. That's right.
I think
Been
with the,
there, done that.
with the smoked beers, your mouth gets a little more chalky. Like it's like you just like taste it all in your mouth. So,
I feel like this one has a nice marriage between the smoke and the roasted flavors of the malts.
Yeah, it's not an overly smoky. It's not overly roasted. It's got the quite fine balance.
I like it.
nicely done. Yeah. Seems
It's
like
It doesn't have that bacony flavor that a lot of them get too. Like
Mm.
the really smoked like porters.
I have a lot of friends that just call it bacon beer.
Right.
Like, no, it's smoked beer.
Yeah.
It's a little thin in the mouthfeel.
right, not as thick as you'd expect from the color.
Mm-hmm.
But it does not disappoint.
Nice
No,
flavor,
It's
though.
actually really good.
And surprisingly, it's only coming in at 5% alcohol.
No, this one's 6.5.
So
The next
still
one's
low.
6.5, yeah. It's also a gold medal winner.
At the Alaskan Brew Fest.
It doesn't say.
Oh, just
Yeah, I guess
gold
they
winner of something.
They must have just had their own little.
Out of all the beers they brew, they gave that one the gold medal.
Right.
Yeah.
We got a medal tonight. Yeah.
But they-
It's not gold. We got the silver, but
But they've been around.
Platinum, baby.
oh, platinum. My bad.
They've been around for a good while, since '86. So.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I guess they got to have something to drink up there, you know.
That's about all there is to do.
And so in Chicago, you don't see the Alaskan beers. Just one, it's hard to get them down here.
So you gotta hook up or what?
I got the hookup.
You got a private plane like you're talking about, or what?
Fly in the HopCast jet, and they load it up, they fly around.
Right,
There. Yeah. But no, actually, Maeve got this for me as a Christmas present. Shut up!
Shut up! Hey, Maeve. She's right there.
Yeah. Who's from Alaska, so it's fitting that she got this for me too.
And our shirts. She got her shirts for
Yeah,
us.
pretty much all the shirts.
But if you can get the Alaskan Brewing beers, definitely check them out. They're all usually really good. The
I'm
Kodiak,
impressed.
the Kodiak Brown is delicious. It's one of Maeve's favorite beers.
I know.
Brown
I've
ale,
had,
isn't it?
It's a brown. She loves
Yes.
the browns.
She does love the Browns.
Oh no, Midnight Sun, the one we're gonna do after
Midnight
this, has the Kodiak Brown. My mistake. But she likes the Kodiak Brown.
We're not mistaken about that.
Right.
She does like.
Wrong company, but same beer.
She's brought me back some Alaskan before. It's always really, really good. They make a good amber. Their amber's real nice. Remember that? That was like 3 years ago, and I'm still thinking about that one.
I still think about this ESB.
It must be your sleeping shirt, so you can snuggle up next to it. So you want to just tag these up and
Move
on to Midnight Sun?
Let's do it.
That's it.
All right. We'll see you back on the other side.
Cheers.
All right, and we're back.
We're back with Alaskan beer number 2.
Right. We should mention though, we were talking while we were finishing that beer, what we could eat with the smoked beer.
Mm-hmm. It came through pretty clearly that we should probably have some like grilled foods.
Right, like a nice burger or some brats.
Yeah, like
Like
smoked
steak.
Ooh, a
smoked
steak.
barbecue, like some ribs. You know, something like that.
Porterhouse would be tasty.
Yeah, something like real meaty and hearty. You know, grilled.
Something manly.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what we're going with. No grilled
Sloppy
seafood.
Joes.
Grilled over the open fire too.
Yeah.
So you're like breathing in all
You got
that
your-
open fire smoke, and
Right.
drinking the smoked beer.
If you wake up, you know, someday and you're frying up your eggs and your bacon, you feel like a beer, you go for that as well.
Yeah.
Eggs and bacon. Put that on the list.
Pretty much goes with. a lot
Or
of
what
beers.
could go with breakfast items is this next beer.
Oh, nice segue, partner. We have a coffee stout here from Midnight Sun. Midnight Sun's out of Anchorage,
I think he's been doing some writing.
home of Maeve Price. Shout out! So,
gonna get
pop
all-
it open.
She's gonna get a lot of shout outs this episode.
I'm excited because I enjoy the
Coffee stuff.
Kodiak Brown. I couldn't think of it yet, but
Yeah.
it's, it should be good.
All right.
All right, so let's take a look here.
We are getting a ton ahead here. All four of us.
That's why we're framed the way we are. But
But yeah, this foamed up.
It's tough being a hopcaster.
tons ahead.
Yeah, I've never really seen anything from this style of the beer before. A porter that's crazy heady like this. I mean, it looks like a dark Belgian beer.
But somebody mentioned that it looked like almost like a latte. You
Yeah.
get all that.
It could be the look they're
foams
going
off
for
and-
is because of what, it's a coffee beer?
Yeah, it's
the
a coffee
head-
porter.
It could be.
The head is almost like solid,
Yeah.
right?
It's very like cloudy and billowy, you know.
Right, yeah.
Would you sleep on this one?
I don't know. It'd be tough.
Well, it's not going anywhere, like you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
So.
Might be a whole other episode before we actually get down to the beer. And
Yeah,
get to
we'll
drink
set
it.
this aside.
just-
Let's talk about the news.
this
What's
is
going
really-
on in your world?
Look at all the bubbles. It's really interesting.
What do you think of the
And
the
it's
fragrance?
sparkly.
Yeah.
If you turn it in the light, it looks glittery.
It's
It's
interesting.
pretty.
Fragrances.
It's a little
I'm not getting a lot of
darker
coffee
than the
smell.
porter too,
Yeah, it looks a little darker, thicker.
which I guess you'd expect from coffee.
Mm-hmm. I definitely get the coffee at first,
Really?
out of the aroma. Yeah.
Like right away, and then it's kind of dissipates,
Mhm.
but not overly coffee.
That's winning the head.
Not a
race.
crazy amount of aroma, but what's
gonna
there? I
finish
get
first.
I get the coffee absolutely.
All right, should we try to drink through this?
Yeah, well,
Let's give it a Belgian dip. We'll stick our noses. in. Interesting.
Not as much coffee taste that I was expecting.
No.
It's kind of sweet. Like it's.
I understand where the coffee is, but I also get like a sourish tang to it.
Yeah, I could see that.
Whoa, we've got head and tang, huh?
Nice.
Classy.
I just say what I see, man.
Keeping it classy.
Say what I see.
Oh.
Still had left in the bottle, like from just pouring it. The head moves out of the way when you go to drink it, though. It doesn't like.
Yeah, it's not hard to drink. Like
No.
it's very submissive head. Like you go to pour it and it's just like, okay, have beer.
Yeah.
You think you're gonna be like coming up with a face full of foam and
The beer's like, get out of the way, I'm coming out.
Yeah. Enough with this head. I'm done.
I think it's an enjoyable beer.
Yeah,
I like
it is.
this.
It's surprisingly
It's a lot different than I
don't
thought
know.
it was going to taste.
It's not, I think it's less coffee
Yeah.
than a lot of coffee beers.
I'm not a fan of coffee, but I would like more coffee flavor to it. Like that.
See, I get
it more toward in like the lingering taste, but like when you're drinking it, there's
Yeah.
not a lot of coffee flavor.
it is
on
more
your
in the
palate.
finish,
Yeah.
the coffee. With a beer, like while you're tasting it itself, I get more of like the tang.
Yeah, that's where
A little bit of sourness.
No, the sour comes in, but then
That's
after
why I
that,
like
it's
it.
The coffee.
But
I think it's you like the tang.
there's a lot of carbonation in the mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see it in the glass. There's still bubbles.
And in my burps.
The flavor's lighter than I would expect too, like being a darker beer like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a little bit lighter.
Lighter on the palate.
Flavor, yeah.
Well, 4 or 5%.
Oh,
Yeah.
That
okay.
makes sense.
Yeah, we should mention that. I mean, it does pack a lot of flavors in there for being 5% alcohol.
Because that's low for a lot of the beers we've had on the
Yeah.
HopCast. They usually
That's
at least
approaching
6.
Miller Lite levels there.
Oh,
Usually,
could it be old too? Is that the reason we
born
might be
date
getting a
on
lot
this.
of head and lack of taste? Or lack of coffee?
I don't know. How long have you been?
Aging that in your cellar.
I don't know. I want to say we got it maybe 6
There's
months.
no date anywhere on here.
Oh, we
yeah,
got
but a
it.
porter should go longer than 6
No.
months.
Well, it's only 5% though, so it shouldn't have too long of a shelf life. It doesn't really taste aged to me.
No, it doesn't taste stale or anything.
But it is only 20 IBUs, which is the bittering units.
Mm,
Oh,
it's
it
pretty.
was-
That's
it
pretty
was-
low on the scale.
Brewed. It was bottled in June, the second week of June. So, but it doesn't give a year. Like,
Well, that's very helpful, Midnight Sun.
Yeah, that's what I've deciphered from their little.
The notching system.
Yeah, their little notching system there. But I'm assuming.
Sometimes those are really intricate, and like you need like
Why don't they just print the
a
date?
crazy code.
Why
to
don't
crack
they
it.
just put the date on that?
I don't
like,
know.
Do they? Why is it a secret? Wouldn't
Maybe
you-
it's more cost efficient for them to just notch it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but half the time the bottles don't even get the notches on them. Like you just end up with a label. And you're like,
They're left over from something else.
Yeah.
Some other brewery that does do the dates.
But their bottles are pretty fun. They got like most of them have like cartoon drawings on them.
Yeah, I do like the artwork.
The graphics.
I don't even think we ever mentioned the name of it. It's called the Arctic Rhino Coffee Porter. From Midnight Sun, again. But
Nice. They have a little map like Three Floyds does. It's
They're right there in
right
Alaska.
there.
You see,
You know,
It's
it has the whole
Alaska,
state, but it's not like the cross streets. So you make it up to
Cross
Alaska.
Well, there's two
they must be
streets.
bigger
so,
than
like,
Three Floyds.
Yeah.
Either that or the state is just bigger. Indiana, there's not much room to roam.
Right.
I'm saying if you get to Alaska and
Ew.
you ask where the brewery is, they're probably gonna be like, oh yeah, it's
Right, but I
right over there.
I went up to Anchorage with Maeve, and we would have went to Midnight Sun if there was a brew pub.
if you would have had the bottle to look at the map.
So I almost think they might just bottle, and that's it.
It could be, yeah.
Or
I would suggest looking into the brew pub. That's like cash cow right there.
right. So if you know of the brew pub, let me know, because there's a chance I'll be back someday. Go to Moose's Tooth. I got the Moose's Tooth shirt. That's some good.
We
beer.
should all go up there and go to the Brown Bear. I mean,
Saloon.
between the
Overall,
mountain and the waters.
couple of good porters from
Yeah,
Alaska.
from
it's
Alaska.
actually really good.
So it's not just pipes and bears up there.
Contrary to popular belief, they have beer too.
I know that's what I thought.
Yeah. I've got beer, pipes, and beers.
But-
So
So for our 21st birthday, our trip to Alaska, I think, was a success.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us up the pipeline.
no problem. Thank you for the lovely birthday gifts,
Yeah,
anniversary
absolutely.
gifts.
I hope you
Our
open
platinum medals.
many a craft beer with them.
Will do.
We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining HopCast.